You're on 96.3, the heart of Geelong, Werribee and the Surf Coast. And just as we spoke with Mark Brunga at the top of the show with regard to the fortunes of Bellarine Storm, he did reference the fact that quite a number of former Storm players are off to the Surf Coast. And joining me right now to talk about the Surf Coast Chargers basketball is Harry Moran. Welcome to the program. Harry, great to have you on board.
Thank you for having me, Wes. I really appreciate it.
Now, I will point out for our listening audience that you stand at 205 centimetres tall. And for those who are a bit like me and can still relate to the old feet and inches, that's 6'8", people. 6'8". Harry's the centre for Surf Coast Chargers, and a very exciting one at that, because not only are you tall, but you've also got some hops, as Dexter Graham agreed with me a fortnight ago.
I appreciate that. Yes, I definitely take pride in my jumping ability. It definitely helps out.
Yeah, very, very athletic indeed. Certainly giving the Chargers first use, which is lovely to see. So we are merely a month away from the season beginning for Big V, which is very exciting, and particularly given the fact that Surf Coast Chargers have picked up some really quite well-established and experienced players.
We have. That's a great way to put it, well-established. We got older boys that are still young. So we have the likes of Rowan Jarvie, so we got a mix between a big, a wing, and a guard, which is great. So we have Nathan Grombeck, who's a taller guard, really athletic and gets to the rim really good. Rowan Jarvie, who's a big, and he's teaching me a lot between my footwork and my post work, which is great. And then Seb, another boy from Bellarine, he can do it all. Play on the wing, he can get boards, he's big. I love it.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting indeed. Now, of course, as I made mention, Dexter Graham Jr. gave you a big rap. Now, he is a pretty exciting guy to have play alongside you, isn't he?
He is, most definitely.
Tell me about the way in which guys like you and he and some of the other stars running around for the Surf Coast Chargers complement one another's games.
I think Dexter is, everybody knows that Dexter's Dexter. He'll say it to himself that he's just a regular guy, but everyone knows that he's not. To have someone like Dex on our teams it's crucial. And to pair that up with someone like Jason Reardon, who's been around for a long time, I like to call Jason Yoda because he's experienced and wise. So when he can tell Dexter what to do and how to be better and how to improve, and then those two boys are there to help me, which is everything that I want, because I just want to learn and get better.
That's good. It's a really good approach that you're adopting there. And your experience with Surf Coast, obviously down there at Torquay, and you travel a little bit yourself to get down there. Obviously, it's been overwhelmingly positive.
It has. It's been nothing but positive. I think that's what I love most about Surf Coast is when I talk about the club, it's that it's very family-based. I can't go around the stadium without saying hello to everybody, because everyone just wants to be there for a good time and to work and get better, and I love that.
Well, the uptake of basketball by the juniors in the Torquay and surrounding regions is quite enormous, because they're pretty much overwhelmed by the number of youngsters that not only want a game but also venture down to watch the Chargers in action in terms of the Big V team. So it's a really exciting place to be.
It is most definitely. I think those younger guys that are coming through the program they make it worthwhile, and we love to get around those boys and support them and have a good time with them too. So it's always great.
Well, obviously it was a pretty successful season, albeit falling just short last year for you guys. What about the women's program? What's your knowledge of the players that have decided to come back for another season to join the women's Chargers?
I love it. I think the women's have a great core. I love that they're sticking around and going at it again just like us. And I know that they're going to be really successful this coming year. So I'm very excited for everyone.
Well, I'm certainly excited about the prospects that sit before Surf Coast Chargers. I look forward to a little bit more involvement with you moving into 2025, and I think it's a very exciting list to watch. And I wish you well personally and also as a team. I hope that things can fall into place for you and there can be a bit of silverware at the end of the 2025 season for the Surf Coast Chargers.
I hope so too, and I can definitely make a promise that we will be wearing that silverware.
Good to hear. Good on you. Harry Moran joining me there on the Big Picture in Sport, talking basketball, just as we've spoken about Bellarine Storm, Surf Coast Chargers. Coming up shortly, we're talking Wyndham basketball as we continue to press ahead towards the beginning of the 2025 Big V season here on the Big Picture in Sport on 96.3, the heart of Geelong, Werribee and the Surf Coast.